The psychology of people who hide their pain. They are the ones who always seem okay. The ones who show up, who check in on others, who ask how you are doing and actually mean it. The ones who laugh the loudest in the room sometimes. The ones you never worry about, because they never give you a reason to. And that is exactly the problem, because behind that smile, behind that calm, behind that steady, reliable presence, there is something nobody sees. A pain so old and so deep that they stopped talking about it a long time ago. Not because it went away, but because they learned that showing it only made things harder. This video is about those people. And if you are watching this, there is a good chance it is also about you. Part 1. The moment they decided to stop showing it. Nobody is born hiding their pain. Watch any small child and you will see it. They feel something and they show it immediately, completely, without filter. They cry when they are sad. They scream when they are frustrated. They reach out when they need comfort. They do not edit themselves. But somewhere along the way, for some people, that changes. Maybe they cried and no one came. Maybe they opened up and were told they were being too sensitive, too dramatic, too much. Maybe the people around them had their own pain that was so loud and so consuming that there was simply no room for anyone else's. And so the child learned. They learned that their pain was inconvenient, that their emotions made other people uncomfortable, that being okay, or at least appearing to be okay, was the safest way to move through the world. And so they got very good at it. They practiced the smile. They mastered the fine. They built walls so seamlessly that after a while, even they forgot they were there. Part 2. The masks they wear. People who hide their pain do not always look the same from the outside. Some of them look happy. They are the life of the gathering, the funny one, the one who always has a story or a joke, the one everyone is drawn to. But humor is one of the oldest hiding places there is. When you can make people laugh, they stop looking too closely, and when no one is looking too closely, you are safe. Some of them look strong. They are the ones everyone leans on, the advice giver, the problem solver, the one people call when things fall apart. And they show up every time, not just because they care, but because being needed feels safer than being known. Because as long as they are helping, the focus stays on someone else. And some of them look simply fine, not happy, not struggling, just fine. They have perfected the art of the neutral face, the non-answer, the I am okay that closes the conversation before it can go anywhere real. They are not lying exactly. They are just managing the distance, keeping people close enough to not feel alone, but far enough that no one can see what is really happening inside. Part 3. Why they do not ask for help. Here's the part that breaks my heart a little. People who hide their pain are not hiding it because they do not want help. Most of them want help desperately. They just do not believe they will get it, or they do not believe they deserve it, or they have asked before, in small, quiet ways that no one noticed, and nothing changed, so they stopped asking out loud. They started asking in other ways instead, in the jokes that are a little too self-deprecating, in the questions they ask you about your life, hoping you will ask them back, in the way they go quiet sometimes, just for a moment, before they catch themselves and smile again. These are not cries for attention. They are something quieter than that. They are the sounds of someone who has learned that the world does not always respond to need, and who is still, somehow, hoping to be proven wrong. Part 4. What it does to them over time. Hiding pain is exhausting in a way that is almost impossible to describe. It is not just the weight of the pain itself. It is the weight of carrying it while pretending it is not there. Every conversation becomes a performance. Every social situation requires energy not just to be present, but to manage what you are letting through and what you are keeping back. And over time, that performance takes something from you. It takes the ability to fully relax, because when you are always managing how you appear, you are never fully off duty. There is always a part of your mind monitoring, checking, making sure nothing is leaking through that was not supposed to. Psychologists call this emotional suppression. And the research on it is striking. Studies have shown that people who consistently suppress their emotions do not actually feel them less, they feel them more. The pain does not go away because you stop showing it. It goes inward. It settles in the body, in the tension in your shoulders, in the tiredness that sleep does not fix, in the low hum of sadness that sits just below the surface of ordinary days. You do not escape the feeling by hiding it. You just carry it alone. Part 5. The loneliness inside the performance. There is a particular kind of loneliness that belongs to people who hide their pain. It is not the loneliness of having no one. It is the loneliness of having people all around you and still feeling completely unseen. You are in the conversation. You are laughing. You are present. But no one in the room knows what you are actually carrying. And the devastating thing is, sometimes you look around at the people who love you, the ones who would be there for you if you let them, and you feel furthest from them of all, because they know the version of you that is okay. And you are so tired of being okay, but you do not know how to be anything else in front of them anymore. The mask has been on for so long that taking it off feels more frightening than keeping it on. What if they cannot handle what is underneath? What if it changes how they see you? What if you show them your pain, and they look at you differently from that day forward, and so you keep it on, and the loneliness deepens, not because no one cares, but because no one knows what to care about. Part 6. The strength it takes and the strength it costs. Here is something that needs to be said clearly. The people who hide their pain are some of the strongest people you will ever meet, not because strength means not feeling, but because they have been carrying weight that most people would collapse under, quietly, for years, while still showing up for everyone around them. That takes something extraordinary. But here's what also needs to be said. That kind of strength is not sustainable. You cannot pour from a cup that is never refilled. You cannot keep showing up for everyone else, while never letting anyone show up for you. At some point, the performance cracks. Sometimes it cracks quietly, a moment alone where the tears finally come and you are not even sure what they are for. Sometimes it cracks suddenly, in the middle of an ordinary day, in the middle of a conversation, when something small happens and you feel everything you have been holding back rise up all at once. And sometimes it does not crack at all. Sometimes people just go quiet, they pull back, they disappear, they stop responding, not because they are angry, but because they are empty, and they do not have anything left to perform with. The reframe. If you are someone who hides their pain, I want to say something to you directly. You do not have to be okay all the time. I know that sounds simple. I know you have probably heard it before. But I mean it in a specific way. You were not put on this earth to be a version of yourself that other people find comfortable. You were not born to manage other people's reactions to your feelings. Your pain is not an inconvenience. It is not too much. It is not something that needs to be hidden away so that everyone else can stay comfortable. It is yours. It is real. And it deserves to be seen, not by everyone. You do not owe everyone your vulnerability, but by someone. One person. One safe place. One moment where you put down what you have been carrying and let someone else see how heavy it actually is. You have spent so long taking care of everyone else. You are allowed to need something too. You are allowed to be the one who is not okay for a while. You are allowed to take off the mask, not permanently, not all at once, just a little, just enough to breathe, because the real you, the one underneath the performance, the one who is tired and hurting and still somehow showing up every single day, that person is not too much. That person is everything, and they deserve to be known.